The Quality Gurus 3. The first one is Dr. Shigeo Shingu.
Dr. Shigeo Shingu was born in 1909 at Saga City, Japan. Dr. Shingu earned a degree in mechanical engineering at the Yamanashi Technical College in 1930 and soon after gained employment at the Taipei Railway Factory. By 1946, he was working at the Japan Management Association Technical Conference where he began looking into productivity problems associated with the plant. He began his research in early 1951 on statistical quality control, after which Toyota leveraged his project and work. 1955, Dr. Shingu was already leading the industrial engineering and factory improvement training team at the Toyota Motor Corporation. In 1956, he led a 3-year study of shipbuilding at Mitsubishi Shipbuilding and came up with a system that halved the production time. Dr. Shigeo Shingu's contribution to quality control. During his lifetime, Shingu contributed quality control process in industry. There is the 3 main topics. The first one is just in time. This concept in quality control was developed mainly by Dr. Shingu in collaboration with Mr. Taichi Ono from the Toyota days. This concept is to plan way to eliminate all waste along with the continuous improvement in productivity. It encompasses a perfect synergy of all activities related to manufacturing a particular product. There is a primary elements of just in time. The first one is to have only the required amount of inventory at a given time. The second one, improve equality to have 0 defects. The third one is to reduce lead time by reducing setup times. And the last one is optimize SKU lengths and lot sizes. Single-minute exchange of die is one of the many lean production methods for reducing waste in manufacturing processes. It provides a rapid and efficient way of converting a manufacturing process from running the current product to running the next product. This rapid changeover is the key to reducing production lot sizes and thereby improving flow. In addition to the cost benefits, this new and improved single-minute exchange of die process also allowed for 0 defects, higher machine efficiency, and in turn results in a high production rate. Zero quality control. This idea from Dr. Shingu was to target a defect at its root cause to eliminate it from the process effectively. He firmly believed that in addition to statistical methods, sound manufacturing process would go a long way in eliminating defects altogether. Dr. Shigeo Shingu was one of the greatest contributors to the study of quality management and modern manufacturing methods.
The second guru is Professor Prasanta Chandra Mahalanobis, and also known as the father of Indian statistics. He was a physicist by training, a statistician by instinct, and a planner by conviction. His contributions were massive on the academic side as the builder of the Indian Statistical Institute, organizer of the Indian statistical systems, pioneer in the application of statistical technique to practical problems. Prasanta Chandra Mahalanobis was born in Calcutta on 29th June in 1893 in a well-known family of Brahmins. He was the eldest of 6 children, 2 sons and 4 daughters. His father, Prabhu Chandra, was a businessman, and his mother, Nirod Bashini, was a sister of Sir Nilatran Sorker, the famous physician, educationist, and industrialist. He started his early education in the Brahma Boys School, which was founded by his grandfather Guru Charan Mahalanobis in 1904. He earned a bachelor degree in science with honors in physics from the Calcutta University under Presidency College in 1912 before he sailed to England and joined Cambridge University. He obtained Mathematics Triples Part 1 in 1940 and Physics Triples Part 2 in 1915 from Cambridge University also. As a student, Professor Prasanta Chandra Mahalanobis never confined himself in his subject books. He was very interested in various subjects like amateur astronomy, philosophy, architecture, and psychology. Professor Mahalanobis married Nirmal Kumari, who was the daughter of Puritan Brahmo leader and educationist of Bengal Heramba Chandra Moitra. Mahalanobis was offered a teaching position in the physics department of the Presidency College in Calcutta soon after his return from Cambridge.
He joined the Indian Educational Service in 1915, held the post of Professor of Physics, and later became principal, from which he retired in 1948. And during his lifetime, he held several distinguished positions, several of them simultaneously. He was the chief executive of the Indian Statistical Institute, Calcutta, continuously since the founding of the institute in 1931. So he is honorary statistical advisor to the government of India since 1949. He also served as a meteorologist in Calcutta from 1922 to 1926. Also a General Secretary of Vishwa Bharati from 1921 to 31. He was member of UN Statistical Commission since 1946 and its chairman. Also a General Secretary of the Indian Science Congress and also a President of the Indian National Science Academy. Contributions to the statistics. While in Cambridge, Mahalanobis accidentally came across Biometrica, edited by Carl Pearson in the King's College Library. He got so interested in the journal that he bought a complete set of volumes and brought them to India. The idea of starting the Indian Statistical Institute was conceived by Professor Mahalanobis and a group of young men who had gathered around him in the 20s. At that time, Professor Mahalanobis was a professor of physics and he was highly involved on the work of statistics. And on the 17th of December 1931, Mahalanobis set up the Indian Statistical Institute for Advanced Research and Training in Statistics. And in 1932, the institute was located in the small portions of the physics department of the Presidency College, but by 1972. And also Indian Statistical Institute started courses of studying leading to the degrees of Bachelor of Statistics and Master of Statistics from July in 1960. So made arrangement for the award of degrees PhD and DSc in Statistics. The examples of operations research. A statistical study of rainfall and floods extending over a period of 50 years showed that the proposed retarding basins would be of no value in controlling floods in North Bengal. In 1922, a disaster flood occurred in North Bengal. An expert committee of engineers appointed by the government was about to recommend the construction of expensive retarding bases. Application test. Mahalanobis developed an interest in the construction and performance of educational tests in his early days of statistical research. And for the errors in field experimentation, in 1925, Mahalanobis had occasion to study the probable errors of results of agriculture experiments in which 6 varieties of paddy had been sown in a systematic manner in 10 replicated blocks. In large-scale sample surveys, as a practice today, owe much to the pioneering work of Mahalanobis in the 40s and 50s. He recognized the need for sample surveys in collecting information, specifically in the developing countries, where official statistical systems are poor and data are treated as an integral part of the administrative system regulated by the principle of authority. During the sample census and jute crops in Bengal, Professor Mahalanobis insisted on the use of sampling methodology, but the government officials had no idea about sampling, and the survey was on the verge of being abandoned altogether. Professor Mahalanobis won the battle in the national sample surveys and was established in 1950. A central statistical unit was established by the government of India in 1949 to work under the technical guidance of Professor Mahalanobis as honorary statistical advisor to the cabinet. After meeting with Dr. Shewart, who was known as the father of statistical quality control, he wrote to the government of India in 1942 pointing out the advantages of using statistical quality control methods, particularly in the industry. And in the 1958, he found a simple but very effective technique known as fractal graphical analysis. This method was first developed for comparison of socio-economic condition of a group of people at different points of time or of two groups of people at two different places. Applications have been found in other fields such as demography, psychology, biometry, and etc. His contributions were massive on the academic side as the builder of the Indian Statistical Institute, founder and editor of Sankhya, organizer of the Indian statistical systems, pioneer in the applications of statistical techniques to practical problems, promoter of the statistical quality control movement for improvement of industrial products, and as the architect of the Indian